to Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 400. I'm Brando, I'm here with Grinder. We're going to talk about how we made it this far. Now, hit our theme song! Hey Ryan, we're back for our 400th Whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Oh, baby, what is going down?
The whole ton is going down. We're celebrating this momentous occasion with a love letter to our fans and the game that we all play. We're going to talk about some announcements, some upcoming really exciting stuff for both the channel and ourselves. But before we get to any of that stuff, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com, your source for all your gaming needs and your jank foil needs.
Ooh. I was excited to talk about this. Yes. Okay, so Uncle Brando goes like this. He goes, so I goes to FusionGamingOnline.com. He goes,
I did.
Yes. And he says, don't worry, I used CCO Summer promo code to get 5% off my entire order. So he got a discount. So
and I did.
Don't worry. He goes, I'm gonna need so many of these mountains from Ixalan. And then he goes, actually, I'm gonna need this one less mountain. I'm gonna need one less mountain because I got this jank bad card from Invasion. And I go, oh, was it Keldon Necropolis?
Yes, it was.
Oh, man.
So I saved me 5% off of a lightly played foil Keldon Necropolis.
And I go, that card, that's a foil from Invasion and it's rare. Do you do you even know how to save money?
And I said, no, I do not. Only the best for Norin the Wary, baby.
Okay, so let's give her a read here. Editor Joel have it on the screen, but let's give it a read. We're jumping right into Magic Talk. This is a legendary land.
Oh.
Good thing you can only have one of these.
Oh man, it'd be too good if you could have more than one.
Good thing you could only have spent $1 on this if you needed a non-foil.
Didn't want a non-foil.
You could have came to your good friend Ryan's Invasion Land Emporium. I have several of these in non-foil. You could have just asked. Is that what it feels like to be you?
Yes.
Okay.
I do have a Joe also. I forgot to tell you earlier.
A Joe?
Yeah, you wanted a Joe.
Oh, yes,
I do.
I do. And not Editor Joe, though I would have him.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
If Editor Joe was around, we'd take him places. We'd all go for burgers and beers, and I don't know, we could go play Frisbee together, and it'd be fun.
I wouldn't call him the next day. Okay. We would play disc golf.
Well, no, I'm not good at that, but I can throw a Frisbee to somebody and catch it.
But name brand Frisbee?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must fly different or something.
Yes.
Okay, Keldon Necropolis, legendary land, taps for a colorless. That's great. If you draw it one lander, you can't even cast Norin.
Right?
That's going to happen, and I'm going to call you an idiot.
Man, I have a Norin story we're going to tell, and right after we're done telling this story.
Red.
4.
Tap.
So
we've spent 5 plus tap this, so 6 mana.
6 mana.
We spent 6 mana, and we have to sacrifice a creature.
Oh, mama.
Keldon Necropolis deals 2 damage to target creature or player.
Lol.
It turns your 1/1s into 2/2s. Into 2 damage.
I mean, sure. Right? That's not the worst. Norin the Word story, real quick. EDH and M.
Yeah.
Playing Norin the Wary. The only way to kill Norin the Wary, by the by, activated ability.
Yes. Like a Keldon Necropolis if I steal it from you.
Can't even get it with spells. Can't even get it. Right?
Yep.
So he gets phased out on this enchantment that's already been on the field for a while. So
powerful magic.
I know, right? So now my Norin the Wary is phased out. Can't put him back in the zone because he's phased out under this stupid enchantment.
Yep.
So somebody plays a what's that? Culling ritual. Kill everything that costs 2 or less.
Okay, yeah.
And somebody responds to that by going, I'm going to kill that O-ring related thing and put all the permanents under it back into play.
Oh, so he phased back in then died?
Norin the Wary was killed by a spell.
Because he couldn't trigger because the spell has already been cast.
That's right.
That's pretty cool.
I've never experienced such a thing before, and it feels icky.
It took 400 episodes.
For him to ever be killed by, and it felt icky. It feels gross.
Give me the old lady from Titanic meme. 87 years.
Oh, Magic is
man.
fun. And Keldon Necropolis is great, and you can pay less for it at FusionGamingOnline.com. A special promo code, CCO Summer, or whatever the promo code is today.
Yeah, they didn't tell us to change it.
Well, we're going to keep saying CCO Summer then.
Let's not bring it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
You could use CCO perks, though. I don't know why we're still whispering.
Oh, yeah, because if you're there for the first time on your first big order over 100 Canadian dollars, that's 100 beaver bucks or 18 freedom units.
Yes, bald eagle dollars.
Right? You can put in CCO perks to give you a 10% store credit kickback on everything you buy, so then you can use that to save 5% on whatever it is you're going to buy next time, thereby making your money go further.
Yes.
You get more for less, and that's always the best way to do anything except what's something that you want less of?
Beer outside my body. I want to have more of it inside me.
And less of it outside you.
Yes, and I want more for less.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that checks out.
Math checks
The
out.
math mainly makes sense there, yes.
That a little bit leads into some of the stuff we got to discuss today.
Ooh, discussion.
Yes. Okay, so we've got some announcements. It's episode 400. It's been nearly 7 years of Commander Cookout.
How did we do this?
We started planning the show in November of 2016.
Man, we were babies.
Yes, baby. I didn't even have a baby.
Yeah,
I
me
didn't
either.
I didn't even have a baby then. It wasn't until like episode 6 or 10 or something that I announced that I was pregnant.
Commie of the Crescent Moon.
Is that what it was? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So we've been around that long. My kid can read now.
Dang.
Yeah.
The kid's going to school playing hockey and shit.
And first parent-teacher interview in grade 1.
Oh, how'd it go?
Well, we were wondering why he kept getting put in a literacy group that was like not anybody in his class. And it didn't clue in that he's reading at nearly a grade 3 level and he's in grade 1. Mm-hmm. And so they're putting him in a literacy group with like the grade 2s.
Sure.
And that's fantastic.
That's good things.
From somebody who, when I was his age, hated reading and was reading at like a grade 1 level when I was like in grade 3 or 4.
Dang.
And I couldn't read and I was almost held back in grade 2. And then I discovered like comics and that led into like nerd culture, that led into Pokemon, that led into Magic.
Yep.
Right? So to have my son learning to read and starting like the level of book that they give you, it's like it goes from A to H.
Yeah.
Usually kids in grade 1 start at A.
That's
and
the big red dog jumped over the little yellow fence. Run, Spot, run.
Yeah, they get to like level D or something in grade 1 usually. Mm. He started at B and a month in he's at D.
Yeah, see, little man started off with all them He-Man books I gave him, and look at him now.
Yeah, the He-Man book. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Man, that book got some creepy art. It's not like traditional He-Man art, hey? It's artsy and it's like
oil paint looking.
Can you imagine the original paints from that book? Like the canvases or whatever it's on? That'd be so cool to own.
I want them.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay, we're sidetracked.
Always.
CCO has been around 7 years, 400. We've done a ton of CCO experiences and events and stuff. We're going to talk about some of our favorite memories.
We've been quasi around the world, and if you include places where you are listening, we are around the world at all times because some of you are not here where we are.
Yes, I was just telling Uncle Brando the other day. Maybe I said it on the show. The United States, the land of the free, that's our biggest demographic. Mm-hmm. Then Canada, of course. Then Germany and UK and Australia. And this kind of jumps around depending on if you're looking at like Podomatic or like where people are listening on Spotify or where they're listening or watching on YouTube, which you should be.
Yeah, Joe works really hard to make us look good.
I wasn't sure if you were going to do it.
I was. Yeah, see, I gotcha. Still full of surprises.
Yeah. All over the UK and in like Finland and Norway and Sweden and places they don't even speak English. And we got some downloads like Brazil, Mexico, New Zealand. Ooh. We had some Japan, South Korea.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like whenever I dive into it and look at anything past like the top 3, it always surprises me, and it's kind of humbling, right?
Yeah, it's super cool that there's people from everywhere that give a shit what we have to say. That's kind of neat.
And we didn't do this on episode 300. We kind of just blew past it, and that feels like episode 300 was like 5 months ago.
Yeah.
And episode 200 is when we did the last one, and we had everybody say like
Yeah.
the hit our theme song with
that
all
was
the
fun.
different people.
Yeah.
Who did we have? We had
Josh LaCroix and Kermit the Frog.
and we had
Lenny
Jim,
and Steven.
Yeah, I think we had Jimmy Wong, and we had Sean Tabaris from Commander's Brew.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Did we get Max Crandell on there?
I think we did.
Oh man, what a guy! Hey,
What a dude.
man.
Are we going to see him anytime soon? Is he going to
It's
show
too bad
up?
that we murdered him.
Yeah. The lead pipe. And we didn't even get it on YouTube because
Oh,
of the
man.
content restriction, right?
What a frickin' mistake.
I know. Max Crandell are killing him.
Yes. Oh man.
We did not murder Max Crandell.
Well,
Literally. Figuratively.
Commander Central not on the air anymore. Or did we? Hey, this episode comes out on Halloween. We could make it all like spooky mystery. Where's Max Crandell?
Man, had I realized it was coming out on Halloween, I would have dressed up like Velma from Scooby-Doo.
We turned Max Crandell into a 1/1 spirit token.
You need a ghost?
Put him to sleep forever.
Oh, man.
Oh man. Okay, we got some announcements.
Okay.
We're getting sidetracked.
Yeah, that's
Poor
what
old
we
Max
do.
Crandell.
Yeah.
Oh man, remember that time we prank called him?
Yep.
Frick, who remembers that? Who's
That-
who's been in the nation that long that they remember the Max Crandell prank call when we hung up on him? Frick.
We got him good.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Patrons.
Patrons.
Patreon.com/CCO Podcast. If you want to support the show, goes a long way. I mentioned yesterday that I was like yesterweek,
Sure.
that website hosting has tripled.
Yeah, bunch of crap.
Yeah, it's a bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
We got a new patron and we got an increaser.
Okay.
The increaser,
Mhm.
T. Megger, all the way from Sweden or Switzerland or Denmark or wherever he's from.
He's the dirtbag that threw us in the pool.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yes, with Nordic arm wrestling.
Man, how did I fall for that?
How did I fall for that?
I don't know. Maybe you probably thought it was real.
You fall for everything because you don't know that it's real. I know that there's no such thing as Nordic arm wrestling, but it was so convincing. He came out of the house and was like, "This is it, Nordic wrestling. You have
Yeah.
to wear no pants." And then I'm like, wait a second. Uncle Brando's dropping his skivvies and he's got his arm on the table to arm wrestle. And I'm like, wait a second. At what point in Sweden do you wear no pants? It's cold. Like,
Well, in summertime.
this doesn't make sense. And then Magnus is like, it's Nordic arm wrestling. There's no pants. That's the rule.
I mean, who are we to
Okay.
argue? We don't know.
He was taller than bigger than me, so I
I'm
figured
not from there. Who
I
am
took
to
my
say?
pants off. And next thing I know, I'm in the pool.
Yep.
It's too bad I couldn't have put up like more of a fight with Keel and Aiden and just like grabbed them by the heads and everybody's in the pool. That would have been epic. Though we all would have landed on you.
Yeah, I would.
Because I kind of did already.
I probably would have died. I'm glad I didn't die.
Well, that's in real Nordic arm wrestling. People do die.
I
If
mean,
you lose, you get killed.
I'm sure. No, that's Aztec arm wrestling.
Oh, that's Max Crandell arm wrestling. Anyways,
And in any case, that's T Magger or
Yes.
T Bagger or Magnum Johnson,
the mag bag.
the Mag Bag Dragger.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for the increase. Thank you for being in the nation. We'll see you if we ever go to Europe,
Yeah.
which I'm sure we will. We just haven't
man,
yet.
CCO experience fucking London.
Or Rome,
Nah, London.
Athens,
London.
Istanbul.
London.
London would be good.
Yeah.
London would be good.
Yeah. I want to go to the UK because, again, I watch a lot of bad movies. And usually in the UK, there aren't like these little thief children that steal your stuff and then you bribe them with candy and then they lure you to a factory and then they kill you. I don't want that. I want to just go and I want to go to a pub and I want to drink warm beer with a bunch of old dudes that all wear like tweed suits and shit.
And play darts.
And I want to have bangers. I don't know what those are. Don't tell me. I want to learn it in real life. And MASH, I think I know what that is, but I probably don't, and I want it. Wizards, get us there. We all want to go.
I want a different bangers and mash. Don't Google that.
Fair point.
Next patron.
Next patron.
Speaking of bangers and mash. I don't know how to say this. It's like, okay, let me read it. Hold on.
Okay. Okay.
Blind monk, but instead of an L, it's a K. So it's like Bekind monk. Bekind. That sounds dirty.
Like Bukkake Dunk?
Bukkake Dunk.
Oh, now there's a episode 400 nickname is what that is.
That.
Bukkake Dunk.
Mr. Dunk, or whoever you are.
Welcome aboard.
And F you.
Yes.
Last week's winner
Last week's
of the
winner.
Boosty Pack game, episode 400 Booster Pack game winner.
Man.
For guessing Flaming Tyrannosaur.
Man, that was
They got it.
cool card. Hey, of course they did. It's awesome.
Okay. YouTube handle, hey?
Oh, my God.
I don't know how to do this.
Oh, my God.
At Joe17PA.
Oh.
Maybe I know him. Maybe
Do you
it's
think
like
he's from PA?
Maybe he's from PA.
I mean, anything's possible.
Name will be on the screen. Get in touch. CommanderCookout@gmail.com. Let us know if you want a sticker pack, token pack, or crummy old pack of magic cards.
And remember to include your full mailing address,
Yes, sir.
including postal/zip code. Maybe your real name. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, real name is preferred because, like, sometimes if, like, I don't know, USPS is weird where there's not a real name on the envelope. They won't drop it off because, like, there'll be a name on the mailbox of some apartment buildings. I've had that happen where it's like name not on envelope was like the reason it came back. And I'm like, this guy spent $3 to send this. Now I got to send it again.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, frick.
That's
so
dumb.
Real name is good. If you want to be a patron, if you want to get a nickname, that's how you do it.
Yes.
And
also, you get into the Discord and you can meet all these people that we talk about all the time and talk shit with them.
Yes.
And it's cool.
Okay, I've got a few announcements, but let's talk about the Discord, and we're planning Chicago. I can do some of the announcements kind of mixed in.
Okay.
We're talking about CCO Experience Chicago. The house is full. Planning's happening in the Discord. We got a special channel just for it.
So if you're in that, the house might be full, but that doesn't mean you can't be a part of the action because Chicago, apparently, Ryan's telling me, is a really big city.
It's pretty big.
Which means there's lots of room for everybody, and we can probably find things to do. And since we're staying at a little bit of a low-keyer location this time, maybe some going out and seeing the sights and sounds of the Windy City might be in order. So if you're going to be staying off-site, you're certainly welcome to join me and or Ryan at the Shit Fountain or anywhere else that is cool in Chicago. I'm sure we have lots of people that live in that area. They're going to know things. Also,
It's centrally located. That's why so many people are coming and staying like with their own friends in their own houses or hotels because it's so close to all of like the main stuff in the center of the country.
and I'm gonna narrow cast for 1 second.
Okay.
I know you're not supposed to do this, but I want AA me and AA Ron to get Kayla and get her there because she's from Chicago and she knows all the good shit.
I think she's going to a gaming like or like a Comic Con or something that weekend.
That sounds fake as hell.
That's made up, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you know who else is going to a comic/gaming convention? Us.
Us.
And we're better.
Yeah, yes. Obviously we are better than whatever else is going on.
So the point is, show up. I don't know what part of the state. Is it the Midwest? Is it
Yes.
the Northeast? I don't know where Chicago is.
Well, it's north,
But I'm really excited to learn, and I'm super pumped to go there. It's going to be the biggest city I've ever been to.
Really?
Well-
You've been to LA.
Well, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
I don't count that.
As a grown-up.
Yeah, as an adult
Okay.
human.
I got you. This is the
First
kind of
big
thing because
megalopolis. Oh,
this
man.
this is the kind of thing like we're staying in the house and the house is not close to like the Strip in Las Vegas, for example. So what we would do instead is like what we did in Minneapolis, where a bunch of us like left the convention and went out for lunch or supper at the sushi train place.
Oh, yeah, that's
and we
cool.
got a bunch of beer and we got a bunch of sushi and there was like 10 of us and it was awesome.
It was super fun.
So that's the kind of thing, like conventions shut down at like 8 or 9 or whatever. In Vegas, we go for tacos. We went for sushi. We'll find a bar. We'll find somewhere to go and just be frickin' nerds together and open up booster packs. And like, I'll do a little bit of research and find restaurants and bars in the area, maybe that even have like
an arcade machine?
Well, like a
or
banquet room so we can all be together but still be
yeah.
at a restaurant. Do you know what I mean?
I guess so.
Because when you go and you're like 25 people, you sit wherever they have room in the restaurant, right?
Yeah, and then you're everywhere.
So, let me look into that, CCO Nation, because I've gotten a bunch of messages. Hey, the house is full, but can I still come and play OpenFlippy.Drinky? And I say, the house is full. There's people that are occupying all of the couch space, bed space, kitchen space, table space. That's what full means. So it doesn't mean it's going to be bad. If you're not part, you can still find us. We're still going to drink beer. We're still going to go out. We're still going to eat lots of food.
We still want you to be there.
Yeah.
And at the convention also, we can hang out there too. I feel like we always talk about the stuff we're going to do after, before, along with. You can also see us at the convention and we'll play games, or so I'll go shopping with you.
Oh, yeah.
Or we can like stand in line together.
Oh, yeah, there's lots of that.
I can advise you on what size of shirt to wear. I did that a little bit.
This is what I can help you with.
Ooh, you can calm me down after the show exclusive secret lair is one that I already have in the motherfucking mail.
Got one even better. I can advise you, because advisor. I could advise you on how to spend the most money on cardboard you ever will in your entire life. I'm talking at least 4 digits per card you buy. Ooh. I'm really good at convincing people to spend that much money.
He was going to anyway, and we're proud of him for it.
No, he wasn't.
He's glad he did.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy he did too. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that was fantastic. That's one of my favorite moments from Vegas, actually, is when Anthony Buckhole, spent like frickin', it would have been $1,400, but I weaseled the guy down to 12.
Yeah. He doesn't want to pay 14.
At a playtest planes. Okay, we're going to switch video files. I got to get a drink for my voice, and we're going to come back with some more announcements and fun memories.
Indeed. Speaking of Anthony Buckhole, we're gonna do things all sorts of out of order because that's how I like to do things.
Yes.
Anthony Buckhole, the author, builder, and bringer of my favorite deck of all time, Kazul Tyrant of the Table. I still have the newly updated deck list saved on my phone, and sometimes I'm like, man, what am I gonna do? I look at that deck list and think, man, I can do anything I want.
That was one of my questions for Uncle Brando was,
I know.
Result of the show. What is the favorite deck that you've built or that we've done a deck tech on, somebody submitted, or even when you go to an event and somebody says, I built this deck because you guys talked about this fun thing, right?
Yeah.
And I knew that you were going to mention that one.
Yeah.
Not because I asked you, but because I know that was your favorite deck.
Yeah, man. And here's announcement. Sidewalk Slam Season 2. We're recording after we sit here today. On the Saturday, it will be recorded and in post-production as you listen to this on Halloween. Halloween! Spooky ghosts and stuff. Ooh. The deck. Anthony Buckhole's Kazul Tyrant of the Table deck inspired me to build the Jumpstart white and red Commander deck, shuffled together 50 white cards, 50 red cards. Then I played it on a stream, but I had to jack it up. I had to juice it up a little bit to make it be all on the sauce so we can hang with the other decks.
I love sauce.
Over the course of history and builds and finding an actual Boros commander that I liked, 03 Sun's Glory is the deck I am playing on the inaugural Season 2 episode of Sidewalk Slam. So it all ties together, baby, and it's going to be a great time. Yep. If you're local or planning on being in Saskatoon over the next few months and you want to be on Sidewalk Slam, drop us a line. We'll see if we can fit you into schedule.
Very much so. We've got a couple things going on Sidewalk Slam. We've got a new beer sponsor, which we're going to talk about on Sidewalk Slam, and we're going to roll that out when it's appropriate.
Man, I'm excited to drink beer.
And one of the workers from the brewery actually is going to be on Sidewalk Slam, and he's gonna like defend his cache of beer. We're gonna beat him. We're gonna take it. We're gonna slam him.
Like physically?
I hope so.
There's 2 of us, and we're both very mean.
I hope so. We're gonna introduce him to Max Crandell in the ground. He's gonna go from 40 to 0.
To 0 life. What side of the dirt did you wake up on? The wrong side, man.
How did you take 40 damage? What did you get attacked with?
The gun.
Bazooka. I got his whole house.
Again, we do not condone physical violence here on the show.
No, certainly not. No, but Sidewalk Slam is going to be awesome. We've got decks, we've got guests. If you're going to be in town or local, hit us up. If you're in the nation and you want to travel, I'll put you up. We'll do the winter Canadian experience and the sidewalk, and we'll do it all.
You can stay at my place too, but I only have a couch, and that's where my dog sleeps during the day.
Oh yeah, I got a bed. I got a bed. You can sleep right in Studio CCO. Oh, that's where the bed is. It's a hide bed, but it works.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I've slept on it.
I think Aaron and Amy are going to be there, and she's a returning Sidewalk Slampian.
Sidewalk Slampion. There it is. Oh, I like that.
I just made that up.
Oh, that's
man,
fantastic.
I shot snot out of my nose. That was so good.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
Frick.
Oh, man. You know what I'm excited about for season 2 of Sidewalk Slam? I'm undefeated again.
Oh, yes, you are undefeated.
I am very
in
excited.
2. Yes.
Yes. Oh, the streak.
Yes.
We're going to keep it going today, baby.
Okay, I've got a couple announcements. We got to move into announcements. The
Okay.
first one is new merch on the CCO store.
Yes.
It's ready. It's not ready made. It's made to order.
Okay.
It's made to order, and I bring this up now because there's a Sidewalk Slam T-shirt.
Ooh.
And it's got the logo on it, and it's fairly simple. Like, somebody's gonna have to ask you what Sidewalk Slam is, because it doesn't say on the shirt, but you're gonna know because you're in the nation.
Yeah.
And it's priced in such a way. This is important. It's priced in such a way that if you want the shirt, great, you're gonna get the shirt. But also, proceeds from the shirt are going to go directly to improving Sidewalk Slam gameplay. It's going to go to editing, software, lighting, set decoration, storage, file transfer, all the stuff that costs like Tyler Coates money.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to go for. So if you want to hop on to CommanderCookout.com, you'll find the Sidewalk Slam shirt. And you'll find there's a couple other ones. There's like iHeart EDH, iHeart MtG. There's a couple funny ones that really poke fun at Commander Cookout. And you're going to have to go online and see them when they're up. They'll probably be up on Tuesday when this show goes live, now that I'm talking about it. Because you can get them for Christmas. You can give them to other people in the nation if you want to order and use their address so it gets sent to them.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. Like, I copy and paste like whatever address you enter in for the shipping label, and that's where it's going. So there's a couple funny ones that I'm happy with, and a couple that you haven't seen yet, and I'll show them to you after. And that's one thing. Second thing is, and this is big. This is something that we've been working on for a while. Your boys have been talking about and talking with a few other creators from the nation. And in hindsight, we should have put this at the start of the show because this is kind of the biggest announcement.
No, you always save the big one for the end. Main event, baby.
Okay, this is main event 1.
Undertaker versus John Cena doesn't go on first unless Undertaker has to poop. And so he has to go on first so he can go home.
Undertaker has to decide when to poop, because he's old.
Yeah, John Cena got to be on an airplane to be at his movie.
This
filming.
is main event 1 at the end of day 1.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, WrestleMania.
Math checks out?
Yep.
Okay. Working title, but we kind of know how those work.
Mm-hmm.
CCO Media Group. What that means is Commander Cookout's expanding outside of just the podcast and YouTube content that your boys offer. We have partnered with, and this is still funny, and this was his Patreon nickname before he started doing his own content, John Penisy. John,
what a dick.
John runs the Gemstone Mine YouTube channel, where he mainly focuses on cEDH and how it can teach you to be a better Magic player. And for a long time, we've wanted to break into the cEDH sphere of Commander, but that isn't what we do, and that's not how we build decks,
No.
right?
I got one.
I got one as well. John's got a slew of them, and he's working on like fringe cEDH brews and how building fringe can be better, or why Orcish Bowmaster is good, right? Like,
Do people really ask that question?
well,
Is that a question that needs to be answered?
it does lots of stuff, for example, and that's why it's good. But how good is it? Like that 1 damage when somebody draws a card on after their first one, and he'll go into like all of the things like tempo, card advantage, bouncing stuff, like fringe inclusions outside of the norm, meta decisions, like really smart technical stuff. Which, if you're into that, fantastic. If you're not and you want to get better at Magic, you could finish listening to Commander Cookout proper and then listen to John, because he's actually really smart. I'm happy to have him.
I hope that we can call him Penisy.
Oh yeah, I'm not stopping.
Excellent.
There's nothing stopping us from
Excellent. All right, that's good.
Yeah, making a dick joke on Commander Cookout. Who do you think this is? This is episode 400.
Yeah, do what we want.
Yeah.
Dicks. See?
There we go. So, lessons from cEDH. Gemstone Mine, they're coming on board, but that's not all.
Ooh.
We have got our good friend, speaking of dicks, this is Mac 3-Sack.
Mac 3-Sack. Man, this is the guy that missized Mac Mage.
Yes.
And then he tried to justify it to me on the Discord.
Did he?
Yeah.
Man, he's just digging his own grave right beside Max Crandell.
You gotta dig up, homie. Come on.
Dig up. He is digging up. Out of the sewer, we've got deep dives on CCO. That's like DDO on CCO.
All right.
Sure. Working title. But essentially, everything that Brando and I talk about is going to be expanded on Deep Dives with Mac. If there's new abilities that we don't touch on, or if there's precons that deserve to be upgraded, like maybe he'll take the best precon and improve it, like I did with the Mordor precon.
5-color mono white Angel Aaron did with the timey-wimey one from Doctor Who. Turn that thing into a beast.
Exactly. So if you want more in-depth coverage on whatever it is, new products or abilities or the timey-wimey precon, perfect example. How do you look backwards in time to Time Spiral to find other cards that have things like vanishing or suspend counters or whatever? Like, how do I look up cards that are good with Joyra? How do I build outside of what EDHrec.com tells me?
How do you discover that Joyra of the Gitu is in fact a card that exists? Because I'll bet you lots of people don't know that. Is it on the screen if you're watching on YouTube?
Most likely.
I bet it is.
Most likely. Editor Joe knows how to get things done.
Yeah.
So Deep Dives with Mac is going to be another product that we're offering, and it's going to give a more in-depth look than the umbrella kind of tone-setting reviews that Brando and I do.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're into modified precons, which is a big way that people play Magic now, right?
I want to go on there and shit on map counters. Or map tokens. I hate that.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe that's a great way. That's the kind of thing that we can do is we can say, oh, map tokens are like the limited thing, whatever. And then you can go on Deep Dive with Mac and he can dive into how they're maybe good or how you could build around them in EDH and not try and convince you because we know better. But maybe explain or theorize how a deck could be built.
The only good thing about a map counter is it can be used with Brash Taunter to make him bigger.
There you go.
There's a sunny side to everything.
There you go.
If you can see my face, you can see I'm lying.
And of course, top fives are going to continue. BBOs on CCO are going to continue. I actually have a product that I'm going to give to you to open.
What is it?
I'm not going to tell you. But I have something. You're going to open the packs, and it's going to science a little bit. We're going to drink some beer, then we're going to open these cards.
Okay.
And I bought them. I got them from FusionGamingOnline.com and used CCO Summer promo code to get a discount on them.
Oh.
And I'm going to give them to you, and we're going to see how that goes.
Okay.
And if you open good stuff,
Bet you I won't.
oh.
Bet you I could, though. There's a chance. I have done it in the past.
I was trying to be optimistic there. So those are my announcements. Media Group. We've got a little thing with Tyler that he's working on too, but I don't want to say too much about it yet because it's still in its very infantile stages.
It's a cool idea, though. I'm glad that it's
very cool. I started to tell Brando about it, and he interrupted me, and he said, "Is it about our people? Is it for our people? It's a good idea."
Yeah.
That was the whole conversation.
Yeah.
So,
and I feel that way.
Yeah. I'm excited to learn from John, lessons from cEDH. I'm excited for deep dives with Mac to essentially cover more than what we're able to cover in an hour a week or an hour and a half per week, whatever it is.
Depending on how long we're talking, yeah.
Yeah, and just more stuff.
Stuff is good.
More stuff. And I always say I hate stuff, but when it's my stuff and it's Commander related and it's for and by our people, like you say, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. It's going to start kicking off in January. Just the logistics of things and planning for the frickin' Chicago. That's all in the front of my mind right now. But stay tuned. You're going to start to see like graphics from it and little hints and interviews with Mac and John to kind of introduce them on YouTube and the podcast. Maybe we'll prank call them John Penisy, and then we'll hang up.
What's up, Dick?
JD, John Dick. Oh, fantastic.
Johnny Dicks.
Back to the memories.
Back to the memories. I have some.
What Okay, if you had to narrow down a moment.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. It could be on the show. It could be a CCO experience. It could be, I don't know, just a random thing. What do you think?
Favorite okay, I have
or a few that were really good.
Let me hit you with a couple. Right after we started the show,
Okay.
I was at a garage sale one time. Lots of people have heard this story, but if you're new, you might not have. I'm just like looking at some shit at a garage sale, and some guy rides by on his bike, goes, "Hey, Brando!" And I look at him, "F you!"
Oh, man.
And I was like, "What the? Wow! Somebody's listening to our show. That's amazing."
Yes. Yes.
I can't lump all of the CCO experiences together as they're all great experiences and meeting all the new people. But there is a moment that happens every single time I see one of like our returning people that we see all the time.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know that initial, like you see somebody from across the room and you get really happy because you haven't seen them in so long?
Like just a huge dopamine hit.
Yeah, I get that with so many of like our... Like, not that I don't get them with the regular fans and rank and file when somebody comes up and says, "Hello, Brando, how are you? I'm so-and-so." But like when you're somebody that I've met a few times and you understand that maybe I've forgotten you and you're like, "Brando, you idiot." Like on this, right? I love that so much. It's my favorite thing in the whole world when I get to see like my friends.
I love you, but I don't have object permanence. So when I turn around and do this, oh, it's like a brand new person.
Yes, precise. That's why I'm always looking at the game and not at the person next to me because I'll forget what I'm doing.
Fantastic.
Specific example, one of my very favorite times, and it's small, but it's big. When we were in Seattle, we went to what was that bar connected to Card Kingdom? We went there a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And the one time, I think it was me and Tyler Matuli Stone and Sync Guy and a couple other people, and we're all sitting at the table, and we all ordered like a different beer from this thing, and we're talking Magic, like, are we gonna play? And as we're trying to decide whether or not we should play a game, somebody spilled a beer, and Tyler Matuli Stone whipped out his Marin Raw Dog deck and used it as a sponge to clean up the table. I knew right at that exact moment that like, these are my people.
This moment will go down in history.
I will never forget this moment when instead of playing a game with our game pieces, we cleaned up a mess with them.
That same deck. That same deck in Vegas last month. They were playing Raw Dog decks on the floor. Yeah. Bare feet, tile floor, no sleeves, Raw Dog decks. They got out their plastic bags and their fucking elastic band decks. And Tyler's like, "Somebody grab my deck over there. It's in the plant pot over there." It was in the pot with the dirt. Can you imagine what the inside of that deck smells like?
Don't wanna.
When you just crack it open a little bit in the elastics and you kind of give it one of these to like bellows some air out of it.
Probably dries it in the oven, right? Just dries it in the microwave. Oh, man.
I love foils in there. Can't microwave it.
Oh, yeah. Damn it. But those are just a couple of my real. There's bigger, longer, more in-depth, elaborate things. But I think just for the purposes of not telling all these self-indulgent stories, those are the things I appreciate the most, and that I'll hold with me when I'm a shriveled up little old man and I'm walking around like, man, I remember that time my dude totally soaked up a beer with a Magic deck.
Yes, so fun. I was thinking of mine too, and I was thinking of. There's certain things that are just so goddamn funny that like a whole trip can be just distilled down to this funny moment that happened. And last year in Vegas was one of these moments. We were in the big tall like beige house, you know, and it was like in a gated kind of townhouse community, right? Like that one.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
We were sitting out in the back, and the backyard was like as big as this recording booth, right?
Yep.
It was tiny, and it was all walled in.
Oh, and it had that cool bush with all the bees in it.
Yeah, and myself and Aaron were out there just eating burritos. Remember, we had the giant burrito supper that Jared cooked us.
That was awesome.
And we're just sitting there chatting. It was just him and I. And then everybody else came outside. And we were like, oh, I guess the party's out here now. And Mac came out and like had pickled onions in his little onion bag. why is it always smelly food and stuff?
I don't know, man.
The little mini CCO onion bags, you can get them at the store. They fit raw dog decks with no sleeves perfectly. But Mac was like, I got to make my onion bag smell like onions. So he had these pickled onions in it, and me and Aaron were just eating a bite of food, and I took these onions and like rubbed them on the bag to get all the onion smell in it, and then I opened it and I was like, oh, that's really oniony. So I hold it up to Mac's face, the same Mac that's doing the deep dives. He deep dives his nose into the onion bag and goes, and he looks at me, oh, that's really nice. Aaron spit his whole food out. All of the food in his mouth was like on the floor, on the ground, because it was like we were sharing a fine wine or like having a sample of like 100-year-old cheese or just like some very luxuriant and indulgent thing.
Not sack with an onion.
It was a freaking bag of onions. And he goes, oh, yes, I prefer this one to the raspberry or whatever, right?
Man.
Oh, that's really nice. And just food goes spraying everywhere out of Aaron's mouth. And it was just the funniest thing ever because it was both really CCO in that we were making fun of an onion bag.
Yeah.
And it was just the funniest moment with like my people.
I appreciated that we replaced the paper towel roll with toilet paper. And the moment we realized that all of the home decor in that house was actually a Denny's menu that has the menu part
the pictures from a Denny's that got renovated, and they kept the pictures,
man.
And they just screwed them to the wall in our house.
A framed picture of a Grand Slam and like a burger and shit. That's
man, so funny, so funny. We're going to take a break. I'm going to get another drink. We're going to come back with some more. I don't know. Do we got more announcements? I don't know.
We got lots to talk about.
Just more memories. Okay, I got a good one.
Okay.
Here's another thing that's resultant from the show. The show? I don't know.
Yes.
I'm
as a result of.
I'm going to summarize this one as gifts.
Okay.
Like presents.
Okay.
The nation in general, everybody that listens, everybody that we've met, is so very generous when it comes to giving.
Surprisingly so, yes.
Yeah, and it takes many forms, and it comes like it's anything from Lord of the Rings art cards. Like there's 81 Lord of the Rings art cards, and I've got like 75 of them.
Do they have signatures?
A bunch of them do.
Chump.
Bunch of them do, and I get random people just like messaging me, hey, do you need this art card? I've got this bunch of them, I'll send them to you.
Sure.
It could be, hey, we're coming to CCO Las Vegas or Minneapolis or whatever. I'm going to bring you like beer from my favorite brewery.
Oh, yeah, those are my favorites.
And sometimes it comes right into the event with us.
Yep.
And I mean, no, it totally doesn't.
It doesn't. We do not have beer bags or multiple beer bags at events.
Yeah, we don't have beer Sherpas at all. No, just people that are like our camels for beer.
Oh, man.
Sometimes it's in the way of a Christmas present or a birthday present or somebody reaching out. Do you remember somebody reached out, and this was years ago now, and gave you the foil transform, what is it, Grolnock? What? No, Grimlock.
Yeah.
Grimlock, remember that?
Yeah.
Somebody was just like, yeah, I have this set, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
And that card's like expensive now.
Yeah.
And they don't want it back.
No.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah. Somebody sent me a foil goblin sharpshooter.
Ooh, that's a mighty one.
Like
that's
old,
a good one.
Old board, and it came in a non-self-address, no return address. If it got lost in the mail, it's gone forever.
Yeah.
Showed up at my house. I still don't know who sent it to me. Nobody's ever claimed responsibility for that.
No way.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's how I got my foil goblin sharpshooter.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a super cool story.
That's
I tell
cool.
it to everybody, but I don't.
And
I thanked whoever it was at the time, and I'll thank them again, but I don't know who they were.
Comes in so many forms. Like everybody at a CCO experience, for example, has kind of like a role. Even if that role is carrying the beer bag, because that's a mighty role.
That's important.
Some people offer
Even if it's
to
carrying
get a rental car or offer gas and time to drive our stupid asses around to like get food and beer for other people who offer to cook.
Now they bring barbecue to the event.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
dude.
I almost didn't remember that one. Holy smokes.
That was a good one.
That was a good day.
You were stressed on that day. That was the day that we lost the only key to our Airbnb.
Yes. But even like people volunteered to like drive back to the house to see if it was like on the patio or something, and volunteer. Me and Mac walked back to the restaurant that Lenny and Steven were at. Steven had the key, and we found it, right? It's funny. I met the same judge. I met that same judge like years later.
Multiple color hair guy?
That was in 2019.
Sure.
And I met that guy, like he was in Calgary. And he made a joke about losing a key. And I was like, no, we're staying with my cousin. It's all fine. Yeah. But just time, birthday presents, Christmas presents. Right now in the Discord, there's people doing like the Secret Santa.
Right.
They build $50 decks, and then they pick a name out of like a random generator, and then they send whoever's name they got, they send them a deck.
Cool.
And they slap, right? Like frickin'.
Yeah, those were the raw dog decks people were playing in Vegas. In a lot of cases.
In a lot of cases they were, yep. And Isaiah had a raw dog Secret Santa deck that he was like taking down pods with in Calgary. And it was just like somebody else from the nation built that and sent it to him. It's not just like generosity towards us.
Yeah.
It's generosity towards each other.
Spread across the whole thing.
And look at like just some of the relationships that have formed as a result of people meeting through CCO.
Yeah, there's friends that travel to see each other.
Yeah,
and do
like to
things
different
together and
countries and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and not just the people that have been to the CCO experience from Canada and Sweden and the UK or Alaska or whatever, but like those people who meet each other and travel to each other's locations to meet each other's families and stuff,
They're
right?
like shoot geese. I appreciate you if you do that, by the way.
Yes.
Especially Canada geese. They can
Yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah. So I don't know what else. What else do I got on the notes here?
You did ask about favorite decks that we've ever built for the show.
Oh,
That is the thing.
This is different than the Kazul deck?
Well, the Kazul deck is one that somebody else built, but we little known fact, we actually used to build all the decks that we talked about, or we do our private decks from our own stash. In the beginning, like Hirobi was the first. Like, it was like CCO episode 0. We like tested the waters with my Hirobi deck.
Yep.
And then over time, it just kind of lost steam, and I took them apart. And then a few months back, I put her back together. And I'm raring to go with him. He'll be on Sidewalk Slam eventually this season.
Fantastic.
No, it's going to be great. It's a way better deck. It's a way better deck now. It's a way better deck now. It doesn't stall out as much, and it has a more concentrated / aggressive way to win. Because, you got
to win.
Power creep does exist as much as people
and you
say
got a serialized one in Vegas.
I sure did. I forget what. He's in the mid 200s.
That's fine.
But still really cool that I have one of those. That's super cool. Some guys were there when I bought that one.
Is it a multiple of 7? Ooh, that's a deep cut.
I want to say it's 253 or something.
I don't think that's divisible by 7.
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
But whatever. I'll take what I can get. I got
Yeah.
it from a very lovely human being in a very nice booth. And I paid less than I thought I was going to have to for it.
What number did you say it was?
253, maybe.
253 divided by 7. Not divisible.
36.12.
4.
Excellent.
142857. Oh, got there.
Why would it need to be divisible? Oh, sorry.
Because it's a 7.
I have not. Oh, yeah, right.
Because it's a 7 out of, instead of like 500, it would be like a 7 out of 36 or something.
The other deck that I wanted to talk about just a little bit was actually tying back to that Grimlock deck, because it was the first dinosaur deck I can remember anybody ever doing. Not to toot our own horns, but not only did we call it, we built a fairly substantial and powerful deck that you could probably still maybe get away with, or if you've had it together for a long time, you could make it much better now that we're going back to Ixalan.
That was right when Ixalan happened, right? Mm-hmm. It was Grimlock, and he is Naya colors, and that's the colors that dinosaurs were in OG Ixalan, and there was maybe 23 dinosaurs in the deck.
Oh, and we played all of them,
or 17 dinosaurs in the deck. And remember, they all cost like 800 mana.
Yep.
And they still do, but now there's things that care about dinosaur stuff more.
Yeah.
There's more enraged now. There's dinosaurs lower on the curve. Yep. And generally in the last 3 or 4 years, build theories around EDH decks and battle cruiser decks have changed a little bit, right? So dinosaur decks aren't regarded as top end as powerful. They're more relegated to the hyper casual end of the spectrum, I guess, right?
They're still fun.
Speaking of dinosaurs, I've got, and this status is kind of in transition. I've got the community Calamax build where everybody in CCO Nation contributed cards and ideas for me to build dinosaurs in Cadillacs.
Yep.
Cadillac Calamax.
Yep.
And here's the thing.
Okay.
Since I've built it, and since it's really taken on a vehicle kind of sub-theme, which is fantastic.
The vehicle's great.
There's so many vehicles that came out in Warhammer 40K and now Doctor Who, and now that there's way more dinosaurs coming out in Ixalan 2.0, I want to go full in on dinosaurs in vehicles.
It's a better idea, yep.
But Calamax is still hanging on to what is the most powerful way to build Calamax without infinite combos is Spell Slinger, where you're copying big damage spells.
Now stop that.
Man alive, but that's how that deck wins games.
Well, stop it. Win with vehicles and dinosaurs.
It just sounds so fun, and I want to go all in on vehicles.
Here's what's a better story.
Okay.
You're going to come on this show. You're going to say, Brando, I'm at EDH&M. Here's what happened. And you're going to I copied a bunch of big damage spells, and everybody lost. That's what you're going to say. Or you're going to say, my giant T-Rex drove a train into somebody's dick.
Pounded it right through their asshole.
Right? Their lips came off. They're laying on the ground, smacked their dick into the dirt. They were kissing their own nutsack. That's what you want to say.
I gave him the old Max Grandel.
Right? See, that's what you'd rather say. So, like I'm saying, dinosaurs driving cars, much better than I copy my spell.
You know, I had this memory from a while ago. I think I told it on the show, but my Thick Daddy Sauron, the 9/9, got elked. Got turned into a 3/3.
Lol.
And then I used Elk Sauron to crew Grand, my battering ram vehicle. And right when I said it, you know how randomly sometimes the room just kind of goes quiet?
Yep.
Right? Goes quiet. I'll use Elk Sauron to crew Grand. Hit you for 5. Everybody just kind of stopped and turned and looked. It's quite a funny memory. Ended up winning that game.
Nicely done.
Yep, Elk Sauron.
Nicely done. Would have turned Sauron into a Cyberman instead.
Yeah, so I'm looking at like the space station and
Cyber ship.
Yeah.
Yep,
Same
yep.
you knew.
Oh yeah.
And the Titanic.
Yeah, the Titanic's a good one.
And there's a lot of good vehicles from Warhammer 40K
Yep.
that, come on, dinosaurs have to drive these.
There's a Threaten train or something in Doctor Who also. I don't know if you noticed that one. But that's
Threaten
a good
train?
one. Yeah, like when it attacks, you get one of their dudes.
Dinosaurs threatening in trains.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the
That's
new
like
challenge.
a train robbery.
I got this.
Yeah.
Uncle Brando. I got you. Dinosaur train robbers.
But the train is committing the robbery. See, now we're talking
in Ixalan,
CCO.
train robs you.
Yes.
Okay, new challenge. The Calamax dinosaurs in Cadillacs build. I'm reviving that thread in the Discord.
Okay.
So jump in there because I'm going to be posting in there, like starting today. I got a Halloween party tonight, but maybe tomorrow when I'm hungover. We're reviving it, and it's going to be unveiled either on Sidewalk Slam or in Chicago.
Excellent.
The new Dinosaurs in Cadillacs deck.
Nice.
Let's go dino nuts to the wall
Yep.
and rebuild the deck. That's a good episode 400 kind of commitment, hey?
Yeah. Bonus points if you have flavor things that tie back to the cartoon/media franchise Cadillacs and Dinosaurs.
Ooh, I've never seen that.
You should. It's really good.
Oh, maybe I need to watch it for inspiration.
The world it takes place in is very cool.
Neat. Okay.
They did a really good job of world building. They made a really great arcade game. Really neat. And you could flavorfully tie it into the deck without going too deep and having to play garbage.
Yeah, what's the new oh man, the new one from Ixalan, whenever you have an artifact enter the battlefield, it's actually a dinosaur.
Well, that's from Doctor Who.
Oh, it's from Doctor Who. Yeah.
And of course it's an uncommon, which makes them rarer when you open them in packs because there's fewer spots and fewer treatments in which you can get the uncommons. That's why that card costs so many dollars.
Oh.
Fun fact. Well, not the only reason. It's also a bonkers good card. But yeah, it's a confused dinosaurs and things.
I don't know. I'm looking up dinosaurs right now because last time we did like a dinosaur deck tech, there was literally like
One page of them.
36 dinosaurs.
Yes.
Now, and again, this is in Naya colors, which is I don't know why I did that.
Because it is in Naya colors. No, it's in green. It's
Well-
just green if you're looking for that one.
Blue, red, green. Oh, I did it right. Teamer colors. Now,
All your vehicles would be 7/7s.
yes,
And then you could crew them to make them
my
smaller.
vehicles actually become dinosaurs. And I grew them to make them smaller. That's the perfect way to get Exactsies. I'll hit you for 7, or I'll crew it, make it a 6. Hit you for 6.
There you go.
I don't know if it actually works like that,
That
but
probably doesn't. But
that's
it'd
the
be cool
commitment.
if it did.
And I'm not committed to Calamax, though Calamax is
He is a dinosaur.
probably the best dinosaur, and it's legendary, and it's 3 colors.
Yeah, you don't just want to do Gishath or Zakama? Is that the other one? Gishath and Zakama?
Gishath and Zakama, yeah. But you know what? That gives you access to white, which is a vehicle color as well in Kaladesh and somewhere else too.
Somewhere else
It's
vehicles
displaced dinosaurs. I don't know if Joe had it on the screen until now or not, but man, foils of that $44 freaking dollars.
Yeah, man. It's because they're an uncommon.
Yeah.
They trick you. They trick
Oh,
you.
you know what though? I've got so many like signed cards in that from when I play people with that deck.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess.
I got to keep those cards in. I got to catalog which ones are signed and save those from the chopping block.
You know what else you could do?
What?
Though, Ryan, is you save them in a collection
Oh,
of some sort. And then
TCG, collector trading card game.
when you put new cards in a deck, it gives you more opportunities to get more people to contribute to the project that is signing your cards.
Ooh.
Right? That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Right? And you could still use Calamax, and you could use the flaming Tyrannosaurus because he was in a car accident and he's on fire. He's running away from his
Yes.
flaming train he was driving.
Yes.
And then you use all the red card draw spells to remove cards from the thing so that he gets big and does his damage. Right? That'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And you
Well,
can copy them with Calamax.
And you know
just
what?
like
You know what the thing is? All the good vehicles have crew like 4 or less.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point of having like a 7/7 dinosaur for 8 mana when I could just like make a token from Young Peasy and crew with it?
Because that's sucky.
Oh yeah, frick!
That's sucky.
You're such a good arguer when it comes to this exact thing only. Mm-hmm. Like
When it comes to
I wanna
dinosaurs,
I want
will-
to put Galta in a frickin' looter scooter.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna hit you for 1 so I can draw then discard a card instead of pounding you into 12.
I really need that draw. So here comes the smuggler's copter, baby. Right? Like, oh man.
That card is a banned card. Smuggler's Copter or Galta? Which card would you say is the banned card? Man, I could play Gigantosaurus. That card only costs 5.
Ooh,
I
that's a bargain.
I think I only have like 3 forests in the deck though. That guy costs 5 green. Like green.
Yeah.
Math checks out. Mm-hmm. Man, frick. Okay,
No, it's gonna be good.
so I got some work to do. I
You're
guess.
gonna
eh?
learn a thing. You're gonna learn how to use the combat step instead of just the casting spells on your own step.
Oh no, I attack with those vehicles.
I'll tell you
I
about it.
attack with
I'll
vehicles. I
tell
just
you
get the
about
last
the
damage in with the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I keep Price of Progress in there?
No.
Come on, that's a good
No.
one.
Yeah,
You
it's a
double
good
it or
one.
triple it. Everybody's taking like 20 because all they
Cut
play
it.
greedy frickin' non-basics.
Just cut it. Cut it for that new dinosaur that fours somebody whenever they do something.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. When
That's
they
a
cast a
good
spell
one.
on not their turn, they take 4.
Yeah.
that's a good one.
It's going directly into Torbrand, Thane of Pain, baby.
Bane.
See, we're
Yeah.
talking about all these decks that we're already playing,
Yeah,
all these plans
So
that we have
I'm
going
inspired
forward.
now. I'm inspired now, actually, which is a perfect kind of way to sum up the nation. Is like frickin'
It's inspiring.
Yeah, it pushes me to keep going even when I'm having a bad day or a bad week or whatever it is, right? Which I think that you can attest to as
Agreed,
well.
yeah.
And I know because they've told me that people in the nation really look forward to Tuesdays or our bonus shows where it's just a bunch of BS or the CCO experience. And we mentioned or said our people a couple times. I think that's what the show has turned into for me is while I want to grow it and expand and have that huge audience and sell merch and make this like my long-term career job, really what it comes down to is the people that kind of keep me mentally engaged and mentally committed and frickin' spiritually committed to CCO Nation, and that's what I have to say thank you and kind of commemorate with episode 400.
Yeah, we're here with 400. We're here with our friends, first and foremost above everything, and that's something that isn't small, and it's not something that everybody gets to have. So it's cool that you guys have allowed us to do that with you, not for, but with you, because we couldn't do any of this without you. You're the ones that make it happen and make it worth it for us to do any of this stuff, and we are eternally grateful that you are our fans, and more importantly, that you are our friends, and we welcome you aboard for another 400 episodes as we go forward and teach people how to just be better humans through magic.
Does any podcast have 800 episodes?
I'm sure some of
No,
them.
like, I mean a Magic one.
No.
Because, like...
Magic Podcast hasn't been around that long.
Command Zone has, like, 500 and some.
Yeah.
High 500s. Does anybody have 700?
I don't know.
Man, we got to get there. Hey, we got to outlast these guys. We got to be marathon, man. No two-pump chumping from the boys at Commander Cookout.
That is correct.
If you did want a two-pump chump with your wallet, you go to FusionGamingOnline.com.
That means you get more with less.
Yes, 2 pumps instead of 1.
Yes.
Like, well, I said I'm not a two-pump chump, but I didn't say which direction I am actually pumping and chumping.
Don't Google that. The point is, use CCO Summer at FusionGamingOnline.com. Save 5% off all the stuff you're going to buy anyway. Helps you out by spending less money, helps them out by taking your money, helps us out because it tells them that their partnership with us is a good one and a valuable one.
Very good one. Big thanks to Editor Joe and Tyler. That also should have been at the start of the show, but I know that both of them are going to listen to at least this point. A, because Joe has to, and B, because Tyler probably likes the show sometimes and just wants to make sure he gets me whenever I bring up Lord of the Rings.
Ryan, I don't care.
Nobody cares.
One of the best lines of all time. And on that note, I guess, what are we going to be back doing next? We're probably going to be talking Ixalan because speaking of trains being driven by dinosaurs, the hype train never stops, baby! And we're going to be back on board next week with another exciting episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!